Hi, welcome to Conversation. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. With me is Gail Lewis.
Hi, Mark Anthony.
How are you?
I am well.
Gail, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When you think of magic or mentalist, what comes to mind?
When I think of magic, I think of all the great magicians throughout history that we've seen. Houdini, all of the great tricks that we've seen attempted. And I also think of mentalism, which I think is something that kind of gets swept under the rug when magicians are in the room. But also, I think it's a lot cooler even than just being a plain old magician. And I think of the show The Mentalist, of course. But I think of being a mentalist and just doing great mind tricks and mind manipulation. I mean, really, wouldn't you like to manipulate someone's mind?
Maybe.
Wouldn't you like to read someone's mind?
No.
Well, those are some of the things that mentalists do, you know.
Yeah.
So I think of all those great things. What about you?
I think of observation. Doing psychology and sociology in school. It's mostly about body language and observation and watching like TV shows like Monk
Yeah.
and The Mentalist. It's all about observation and deduction, reasoning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
You've got to be smart to be a magician, and of course you've got to be smart to be a
magician,
mentalist.
I think of like Penn and Teller.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I think of, like I Dream of Jeannie
Yeah.
or Bewitched.
All of the great mentalists and magicians throughout
Yeah.
time.
Well, in our studios, we have a young magician
Yes,
and a mentalist,
yes,
a native New Yorker,
yes, and also kind of a good-looking guy.
but you can answer to that. But he moved to Florida when he was younger, and
And now he's in the studio with us.
he's in the studio with us. But I was going to say that he became a magician, and he's really getting into his own little fame.
Yes.
And he's doing magic acts all over the place. And so I decided to get him to come to us, and he decided to come.
Yeah.
Which is a great treat for us.
So, Keith Kong, welcome to In Conversation with Mark Anthony.
Welcome.
Woo!
Hi, thank you for having me.
That's so good to have you here.
So tell us, how did you get into to magic, and what inspired you?
Well, I started with magic. I'd gotten my first magic kit as a child, like a lot of people do, but I was too young to understand it, so I would play around with the props, the toys and things. I would make up my own stuff.
Right.
And it wasn't until I was 10 years old that I saw a magician on TV.
Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, I do. It was Chris Angel.
Oh, my
he's
gosh.
Yeah, you've all heard of him. He actually started here in New York, and now he's in Las Vegas. But I was 10, and my 11th birthday was coming up. I asked everybody for magic, and I got my first magic kit that I was old enough to understand.
Who giving you? You said something about an Aunt Mary.
Oh, it was actually my Aunt Carol.
Okay.
She gave it to me, the first one, when I was younger.
Okay.
And then my mom is who
Okay.
gave it to me on my
And your mom
my
is
birthday. Amanda.
Amanda. Oh, hi Amanda. How are you?
Hi, Mom.
My mom.
Always important to shout out your mom.
Right.
And you've kind of been on the fast magic track since then.
Right. It started with magic. I started doing tricks at my birthday party, at my 11th birthday party.
Now, that's interesting. Usually we hire a magician for children's birthday parties, but you were your own children's party magician.
Right, and it's funny because now I don't even do kids shows. I don't do children's shows. I perform at like a lot of resorts, lounges, bars, and performing arts centers. I kind of gravitated more towards mentalism from magic, and it's great. Everything you guys were saying earlier, you're talking about like being super observant and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right, I study body language. I like that sort of thing. So, for instance, the fact that I'm leaning in right now,
Right.
it shows interest. A lot of the times I'll sit with my hands like this, and that's called steepling. It's like a power gesture. So these are
Absolutely.
really good things to know.
So what are we doing?
Well, I see that your palms are down, which is it's good. I mean, it usually means you're thinking probably of what to ask me next. Does that make sense? Right? If your hands are open like this, it's to show like innocence, almost. Like for instance, in baseball, if somebody slides into the base and the umpire calls them out or something, the person will go like this, like, what do you mean? Like, I don't have anything to hide. I was safe. So something like that, you know, kind of guarded with your hands in front of the body. So this led me to a lot of different things. I study psychology, sociology, interactions, especially attraction. I really got into that.
Now, do you know he did an experiment where he and this girl, was it your friend?
Yeah, I took one of my friends out.
And they went to some venue and they asked people for if they wanted to get into threesomes.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Right. Aside from just mind reading and things like that, I'm really into social experiments and psychology.
How did you get into social experiments?
Social experiments. As I did magic, I got interested in why it works, what makes people tick.
Yeah.
And so I started studying psychology. I took one class in high school. It was a college level class, and I got the highest amount of college credit you could. I passed it with a 5.
What college did you go to?
Right
that
now,
was in high school.
that was in high school, right?
What high school did you go
Lyman
to?
High School.
Lyman High School.
So I really enjoyed the class, and it opened my eyes to a lot of things about psychology. So I took this girl, and we went out, and we went to EDC, which is Electric Daisy Carnival. It's a big music festival, like a Woodstock, of our time, right? And they have EDC Orlando, New York, Las Vegas. Well, this was in Orlando.
Okay.
And you can see this on YouTube. We went out, acted as a couple, and we asked strangers, guys, girls, couples even, if one of the people in the group or just an individual, if they'd like to join us as a couple for a threesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you and another, you're attractive, and a woman who I'm assuming was attractive as well, and you go out and you ask people for a threesome. What was the response?
Right. Well, we had our own hypothesis of what we thought the responses would be. You can check it out for yourself, though.
What did your girlfriend Kelsey think about that?
Oh, my girlfriend, she's the coolest girlfriend. She's not.
And by the way, she's in the studio. Hi, Kelsey.
Hi,
how are you?
But what happened when you asked people for a threesome?
We had some mixed responses.
Yeah.
It made some really good footage, and if you
But
just
you said you were picked up by a radio station.
Right. So here's the good thing: a radio station caught wind of the video. They had seen it, and the radio is livingsexyradio.com. It's satellite radio, 17 different outlets, Apple TV, all kinds of things, internet, satellite. So they actually reached out to me. They really liked the concept, and now they have me as their correspondent.
Nice.
So if you
What
go
kind of correspondent?
well, basically, I'll be going out on the streets, and right now it's just on the radio, but eventually we're going to get to audio. And we're asking people all kinds of sex questions, like what is your favorite position?
So, Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, look out.
Yeah. So,
What's your favorite position? All sorts of different questions.
right.
Yeah.
Where's the craziest place you've ever had sex? All kinds of stuff. It's
Oh, this
really
is
fun.
exciting. Where can we find this again?
livingsexyradio.com. Every Tuesday night it will be on. The show goes live from 8 to 9 p.m.
Oh, we can call in?
Yeah, definitely call in.
We're going to be listening, and we're going to be on the line.
That's
Say that
right.
again. Sexy.
livingsexyradio.com.
Yeah.
Every
That's right.
Tuesday from 9.
Every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9.
Eastern.
Right, and they're on Monday through Thursday. They go live at that time, 8 to 9.
So we can just listen any night. Yeah,
Right.
that's great.
Now, if you want to see that video,
yes, where
then
can
you're
we
gonna have
find the
to-
video, the threesome video?
right,
Woo.
if you want to see the threesome video, you're going to have to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, which is Kong Magic. So just visit www.youtube.com/kongmagic. Right.
Okay.
Awesome. And speaking of magic, so you are a magician and a mentalist.
I'm a mentalist. Yeah, let me
Yes.
show you what I mean by that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Explain to people what a mentalist is first.
A mentalist is
You said like observation and
right, a lot of observation, a lot of psychology, and a lot of people ask me if it's real, is mind reading real or not. And we'll get to that. I have my own opinion on that, but it's basically a lot of mind reading and stuff. For instance, here we can try something now. I want you think of a word. You should have a word in mind now.
yes.
Okay. And focus on that. And I'm going to
Okay.
try to
That sounds like fun, folks.
right.
I know.
Okay. This is a word I couldn't possibly know. You haven't told it to anybody. It just
Okay,
exists
right.
in your mind,
It's
right?
just in my mind. I'm thinking about it right now.
All right, perfect. Concentrate on that.
It's nothing sexy. It's nothing X-rated.
It must be a weird word. I'm getting like, what's the first letter? Is the first letter a Z?
Yes!
A Z?
Oh my gosh, that's insane!
So this is a strange word. You know, not too many words start with Z. So like, it could be, right, a zebra or something. But just focus on the rest of it.
We're focusing. Can I open my eyes?
Yeah, yeah. Open your eyes. Focus. What's the second letter?
E.
It's an E.
Oh
that.
my gosh, this is insane.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm thinking.
So maybe it is
very
zebra.
hard. And ladies and gentlemen at home, I have not told anybody this word.
That's right. I want that to be completely clear.
Yes,
this is not set up in
I
any
have
way.
not.
We haven't
we're
shared
not in
this.
cohorts here.
Right. Focus on the third letter. As a matter of fact, open your eyes. Look at me.
Okay.
I want you to imagine a pane of glass right here in between us.
Okay.
And imagine engraving the third letter onto that glass, and see that now.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
is it an eye? Is
Yes.
it kind of like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh.
So yeah.
And
Incredible, huh?
for those of you at home, I am an English professor, so this is one of those odd words.
Okay, so it's good. It's not a simple word. It's not something I could have just guessed.
No, it's not dog or cat.
All right, this exists only in your mind. You don't know
No,
the
he
word.
doesn't
This is not
know.
set
I
up.
have no clue.
I haven't told Keith in any way. That's why this is so exciting for me.
Think of the whole word. I'm going to go for the whole thing right now.
Okay, got it.
I feel like if I'm on one of the
A
game
cruise ship.
shows.
I know. Or a cruise ship. I'm not giving him any signals or anything like that.
Okay. Now I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've completely locked in right here. I'm not sure. It might not be 100% right, but it should be close, if anything. Nice and loud.
Okay.
For the people at home, for Mark Anthony, and for myself, what is the word?
Okay, before you reveal, I'm going to tell everybody what it means because I'm an English professor, so I always have to explain things
Right.
before we do things.
I don't think I've
the
seen
word that I chose, it did start with a Z, and it means era. So if you're at home and you know what the word is, you might be able to figure it out if you're an English professor or a wordsmith, or have a large lexicon. You might be able to figure it out. It means era, E-R-A. Point in time, period of time, and it starts with a Z, and the word is zeitgeist. Did we get
Is
it?
it spelled like that?
It is spelled
Zeitgeist?
like that! Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen! That is insane! And not even that, but he spelled it correctly too.
Oh, perfect. That was a challenge.
Amazing.
I'd never seen that word. so-
Exactly. This is not one of those words that you might
Right.
think of,
I was thinking,
use.
like, is it poltergeist? What is this?
Poltergeist, yeah.
so-
Yeah, it's not a
I've
word.
heard of the word, but I don't know what it means.
It means area of time.
But you said error in time.
Yeah, position in time, place in time. Like,
Zeitgeist.
women didn't vote in the zeitgeist of the early American 20th century. I don't know.
It would not be my word of choice, but
Yeah, so exactly.
That
So
is-
that's
that
why
is-
I picked this very odd word. That's amazing, Keith.
thank you guys.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me just qualify this one more time for those watching
We
at
did
home.
not clue
We
anybody.
had no. Well, first of all, Mark Anthony can't say the word, much less spell it. And second of all, I love you, Mark. And we didn't tell anybody anything either. So this is insane. We need to know how you did that. But you have a whole posse of tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah, so
Right.
what have you got next for us?
Oh, next. Okay. Well, as I said earlier, a lot of people ask me, "Is this real? Can you really read somebody's
Wait a
mind?"
minute. Qualify that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
I know, that's crazy.
Do that.
I just,
You want to do
I just
something? We'll try
thought
something
about
else.
it.
Let me
Yeah,
ask.
do that with
Yeah,
me
here.
because I want to see if this is real.
Yeah, no
like I
problem.
said, we didn't tell anybody.
I'm still in shock.
So what about the cards?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me, is this real? Is mind reading real? And I say absolutely, because if you're a male, for instance, and you're in a relationship, or you've ever had a relationship, you can tell the exact moment that the girl you're with gets mad at you, even without her saying anything. It's like you're reading her
Right.
mind, and then you know that when you ask her, are you mad? And she says, no, you know, that's a lie. So I feel like we automatically are a little more observant than we give ourselves credit for.
Right.
That bad feeling that you might get. Have you ever been in a scenario where you're thinking of somebody and then the phone rings and it's that exact person?
Absolutely. Or you're about to call someone and the phone rings.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you're thinking of a song, you get in the car and it's on.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we're going to try something to see how well you are at that sort of thing. So for instance, I have a deck of cards and I just shuffled here.
These are regular playing
right,
cards.
absolutely. Ordinary bicycle deck. Here's a black card. There's another black card, black, right? And we could go through the whole deck. It'd be a lot easier face up. So some blacks,
Reds.
red, right. Now, what would be really difficult is if we did it face down and had one of you guys do it. So Mark, you wanted to see if this would work with you. So we're going to have you try to do that now. So I want you to just tell me, don't really think about it. It should be a feeling that you almost get. Do you think this is a red card or a black card?
Black.
Black.
The next.
Black. Red. Red. Black. Red. Black. Black. Red. 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 Black. Red. Black. Black. Red. 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 Black. Red. Red. Black. Black. Black.
Okay, right. So you're thinking about it. Try not to think about it too much. So in this pile we have black, and in this pile we have red.
Right.
I think we're going to start to switch it at this point. So at the halfway point, about approximately halfway, we should have black from here up and red from here up. All right. So I'd actually like to switch now. Gail, I want you to finish this out. So go ahead and tell me what you think this card is.
Okay, and we're doing this totally random, Keith.
Right.
Red, red, black, black, red, black, 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 red, red, black, 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 red, red. And I'm going to let Mark Anthony do some more.
All right.
Okay.
What did you leave off?
I left off on red.
So red, red, black, red, black.
That is over here. All right, perfect. Now I want you to take that pack, square it up. Don't exactly look yet.
Okay, so square it up. So make it like this.
Right. Okay. Now you guys made all the decisions. The deck was shuffled.
Right.
That's completely fair. Here, let's see what we have now. This is the black half, right? And over here we have black.
Wow.
Black, 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 black.
That's
black,
amazing.
Black, and over here we should have
The reds.
the reds. Just like that. And now you've been holding on to that. I can't do anything funny with it.
So-
Go ahead and take a look.
so
This
the
should be the halfway
reds.
point for the reds. Turn
Okay.
it over, show the camera.
Oh my goodness, look at this,
All
ladies
reds.
and gentlemen. They are all red. Look at that. And then
And in the next pile, of
this
course,
pile should be always
should
bet on
have
Black.
all
black.
the blacks.
That's amazing.
So give yourselves a
wow.
round of applause.
That's
That was
amazing.
all you
They're
guys.
all black.
Perfect. And that's
And that was the black top card. That's tremendous. Oh my goodness.
But where did you develop this skill
Keith.
from?
a lot of it is just practice and studying a lot, reading books. There's a book called How to Read a Person Like a Book. I think
Yeah.
that's a great book. There's a book by one of my favorite mentalists named Darren Brown. It's called Tricks of the Mind, and that's a really great read as well.
Wow.
Have you got mentored, or?
I don't really have a particular mentor. I am part of the International Brotherhood of Magicians, so
How does one become part of the brotherhood?
it's a process. You have to be nominated, and and stuff
And
like
working as a magician.
It's just like
or
you have to
mentalist.
like do shows, and then people have to recommend you.
Right,
and-
right. You have to be kind of brought in by other members.
Wow,
So does mean that
initiation
people,
almost, yeah.
yeah. So people have seen your show actually.
Right, definitely. I perform all over. I have a show coming up in Palm Coast soon.
Where do you perform? Like mostly, where's your venue?
I perform at a lot of lounges and resorts.
Right.
In Florida, the Florida area.
Right. Well, all over, anywhere in the world. I've
And
traveled
you've been
to
in different countries as
Right.
well as a magician and a mentalist.
right 5 different countries.
Where?
Wow.
So, different places ranging from Jamaica, Mexico, even China.
Oh wow.
So,
International in scope, and right here now in Queens, where it
Right.
almost all began. You're a
back to
native
New York.
of
I
the
love
Bronx.
it here. Yeah.
So what else have you got in your stable of tricks?
Yeah, I can show you something else here. I have some spoons with me. This is something I'm very well known for. If you go back to that channel, youtube.com/KongMagic, the Kong
Right.
Magic channel, you can see some clips of this, and they got a lot of views. People really liked it, so I thought I'd show it to you here.
Okay.
I want you to check these out. I brought some spoons with me.
All right, and this looks like a normal spoon. I think it's stainless steel.
Right,
You know,
on
it's,
the back
it's a
it'll
normal,
actually-
It's not, you know, it's a real, you know, actual. You
Yeah.
feed yourself.
Right, it'll say
You know,
stainless steel,
dessert.
so you
It
don't
says stainless steel. It's not like
the cheap aluminum.
yeah,
it's solid.
an actual solid, you know, spoon, right?
Good.
I think that one was taken away from me as a child.
Actually, I wouldn't have chosen this pattern if I was getting married, but anyhow. But other than that, it's a nice spoon.
All right. Now, I want you to see that they fit together very well.
Yes.
They nest perfectly. Okay. Now, Gail, if you had to choose a spoon, we're going to choose one, and one will be the comparison. Which do you want to use? Just point to
I'll
either one.
use this one.
You want to use this one? This is the silver one.
Okay,
That's
yes.
the joke. Okay. So hold on to that
It's the
one.
control spoon.
Right. So that's the example then.
Okay.
And we'll use this one, like you said. Now, people ask me how this works. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's just a lot of concentrating here. So we can try it though.
Oh my gosh. The spoon is actually levitating
off
up
his
off
hand.
of his palm.
You see it? It starts to bend there.
That is amazing.
Check this out. Now,
It is bending.
just a tiny bit. But do you remember the comparison?
Yes, they nestled perfectly one inside of the other, and you can see
There we go.
that's amazing. And you were at no point were touching it.
Thank
He
you.
was not touching it. It was just laying there,
Right.
and it was moving. That's amazing.
Thank you. Now,
And it's you know it's a real spoon. It's
Yeah,
not
it is a real
you know
spoon.
paper or anything.
are you right or left-handed?
Right.
You're right-handed. Okay, hold your right hand out for me. Just like that. And bring your left hand on top. Perfect. No, just open.
Okay.
Yep. And I want you to just stroke the spoon like this. It's gonna get warmer. It's not gonna get hot, but it'll get warmer. And you should start to feel it almost melting in there, changing shape. You might feel it like an odd shape on the top palm while kind of melting around the bottom palm. Do you feel that starting to go? Keep going a little more, a little more. Good, 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 good. Stop, stop, stop. Take a look.
Oh my goodness, it even bent more. Look, look, ladies and gentlemen, here, look. You can see the comparison
Yeah, check
between
this out.
one and the other.
There we go. Get that nice shot.
That's amazing. Mark Anthony, who knew you had such a magnetic personality?
Now, you've never done this before, have you? You've never done that before.
Never, never, never.
No,
Let
and
me
it
show
was,
you.
it's exactly, you know, it's a real spoon. It's
Right.
not
Solid,
the sort
right.
of thing that
Let
you
me
could
show you what
easily
it
bend.
looks like here. This is, if you watch.
Oh my goodness. It's actually bending more while we're here watching. He's concentrating. It's bending. It's bending. It's almost at a 90-degree angle at this point.
Do you see
Wow.
that? It starts to go
That's amazing.
That's impressive.
just like that. Look at that.
That's amazing. Look at the comparison now. Oh my gosh, that's at least 45 degrees. That is tremendous. Keith,
I'm impressed.
that is like
Thank
mind
you.
over matter. And you know, the thing that's just amazing me,
It's a regular
amazes me is
spoon.
that it is like you can see the tension in my hands, even.
Right.
You
People
know.
ask me all the time. They say, "How do you do that?" And like I said, I'm not really sure 100%, but they say, "Are you bending it and then making it look like it's bending and stuff?"
Right.
And I say,
But
"No
it's
to
actually
that."
bending
Right.
before our eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Let me show you without touching it. Kind of like in the Matrix. We're gonna try that here.
Yes.
Just by staring at it. Watch.
Okay, he's concentrating. Ladies and gentlemen, it's bending even more. If you can see that.
Yeah, it's bending. I can see it.
Oh my gosh, it's
It's
coming
like
down.
liquid.
It's bending even further toward us.
Yeah, it's like liquid.
Look at that. And again, this is a solid spoon.
Wow, I just saw that.
Oh my gosh. Look at this
That out. Take a
angle.
look.
That is just about a 90-degree angle. That's amazing. Amazing. Here, look at that nestled, the two of them nestled together. Look at how much that has bent. That's tremendous.
You know, my favorite, is Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, right?
Yes, I know that she is your Shiro.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I just think, like, when I saw, like, Wonder Woman,
Right.
Yeah.
They bend the guns.
Yeah,
She
that's
taught me,
amazing.
All right.
That's,
So that's
really just about a 90-degree angle.
perfect. So
Your
that's
mother is
some
going
of
to
what
be
I
pissed
do.
that you
Yeah.
ruined one of her spoons.
Oh,
But
yeah,
other than
that's
that,
no
it's
problem.
amazing. So why magic, Keith?
I mean, it wasn't really something I thought of like I'm gonna do this because it's just
Yeah.
because it makes me happy, and I think that's what I always want to do is whatever makes me happy. So
What does it feel like to bring this kind of intrigue and pleasure to your audience, to people?
it feels great. I love that because somebody could be having like a really bad day, and then you just show them a simple trick, and it'll turn their whole day around. You
Yeah,
really
incredible.
want to maximize the impact that you have in that time, because there's actually another mentalist that I look up to. He's famous for saying this.
Who's that?
His name is Peter Turner, and
Okay.
he always says that even if it's just 5 minutes that you're meeting this person, eventually that person's going to die, and their family would do anything to have that 5 minutes back. So if you're taking their time, they can't get that back. You need to spend it very wisely and make sure you make a difference.
sense.
And it's great because the things that I've learned, not just for entertainment, but like body language and stuff, I'm able to carry that with me in everyday life. I love the psychology behind attraction, which I mentioned, and I also love to give advice on relationships and things like that. I'm really good at that. And
So if you're interested in booking Keith for your show,
Yeah.
go to his website.
He's great.
www.kongmagic.com.
Thanks for watching In Conversation. I'm your host, Mark Anthony, with Gail Lewis and our special guest, Keith Kong.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.